One day, Deborah, she was my nurse. She wanted to check my blood pressure. I think my blood pressure was about 170 over 90, so it was pretty high for my age and everything. So she asked if I wanted to join the program with her to help see if I can find ways to lower my blood pressure.
We decided to let our nurses be the catalysts and the drivers of this program. In doing so, they were able to select patients that were not only appropriate for SMBP, but were engaged in the idea.
And the first step is figuring out what they do and do not know about blood pressure. Most of them do not know what the readings mean.
Also, we're going to be going over lifestyle changes. The amount of patients who are starting to realize that when they drink coffee and then they check their blood pressure an hour later and it's elevated, but the next day they don't drink coffee and their blood pressure is lower, they can make that connection that for them, coffee raises their blood pressure. So it helps them to be in charge of what habits they want to change based on how their body is affected by it.
Miss Deborah said that salt contains a lot of things that can make high blood pressure go up. When Mom found that out, she went on a salt rampage where she would take almost everything that included salt out, so it was pretty intense. There's a lot of change. I appreciate it, but I still like salt.
We're trying to give them the tools so they can succeed, so they can take what we're teaching them and use it to make them have more control over what their blood pressure readings are.
Having patient-generated data gives us that background. We always say when our patients leave the office, we kind of have that hole in the loop.
Nobody knows if you're actually taking your medication, whereas we send you home with a monitor. When you come back and see me, I'm going to be able to go to the doctor and show them this is how his blood pressure is.
That data helps fill that hole in the loop, and it gives us a better idea of whether we're on track with our blood pressures here in the office, or whether we need to maybe do some adjustments outside of the office. The real exciting part is seeing the collaboration with our nursing staff and the patient. Sometimes you'll hear them say, "I stopped drinking soda," and they're really proud. That triggers an engagement with that patient that we may not have had in the past.
D'Angelo found that when he watches his blood pressure, it helps him to stay on track for doing other healthy lifestyle choices.
So that's what's really exciting, is we get to really take one facet of the patient's health and allow it to sort of infiltrate through their entire lives.
My blood pressure was lowered and everything. It's much better. Yesterday I checked it and it was around 108 over 60, so it's a lot better than it used to be.